Welcome to Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. Frank, really amazing what man can do, shaping the land to make Wisconsin look like Scotland or Ireland or the moon, for that matter.
Well, this golf course is designed by Pete and Alice Dye, and you could say it's diabolical if you want to play it all the way off the back. Nearly 7,800 yards.
Getting set to tee off here at the PGA Championship, Frank. Tell us a little bit about this opening hole.
Dogleg to the left, there's sand galore. There's bunkers on the right, bunkers on the left, gentle dogleg to the left. You can just use those contours, and as long as you avoid that bunker on the right there, you should be okay.
Excellent looking shot here. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Yeah, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Safely on deck.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Second shot now for Ricky Fowler. Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have the player.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Frank, he'll have to take a full swing at this putt for birdie.
This is long, but every now and again, one of these finds the bottom of the cup and makes that magic sound.
That was not a very good read right there. Ian Poulter will make birdie if he can hold this. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Still even par for the day. And getting ready for the putt. Even par early on. Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey. Putt drops. Now at 1 over par. Frank, bold is beautiful here at Whistling Straits, and this second hole is for the bold, isn't it?
Well, even though it's just under 600 yards, it is reachable for the long hitters. Ideally, you want to hit it down the left side, because that way you can see the green. There is bunkers left, and there is bunkers right.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Beautiful looking shot right here. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, there really is nothing in America quite like Whistling Straits when you consider that it looks like an old seaside links course, and yet it's in the middle of America. It's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of landscaping there that wraps around Lake Michigan. So that's what gives it that links-like feel. But then it took a genius of an architect to build in 18 phenomenal holes that match the environment. That's an absolute beauty.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here.
Yeah, Rory's like a car that just has an extra gear. You know, if you've got five-speed gearbox, Rory's got 6. If you've got a 6-speed gearbox, he's got 7.
He's the souped-up Ferrari or Lamborghini. He can go. He's Formula One.
Second shot.
Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Coulter now third shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further on your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole, and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past and miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that. It's a positive attitude.
Settles in over the putt. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. So this is the third shot to the par 5. -1, and really going. Now to the first par 3 on this golf course. It's the third, about 188 yards.
Yeah, big green with lots of undulations, and it moves the ball from that right side towards the left, towards Lake Michigan. But club selection, important here.
Should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Setting up for a 210-yard shot here to the par 3.
Oh, this is right at it.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. This is a 13-footer. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Almost. Wow. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. He has this for par. To 1 over par early on in this round. Solid par to remain 1 under. Frank, this golf course is hard work, no question, but every once in a while it allows you to stop and just soak it all in. It is spectacular.
It is. In one respect, it's an enormously long golf course at 7,800 yards. But then if you look away from the landscape itself, it's truly beautiful.
Excellent looking shot here. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Good contact, good result. Frank, going back 100 years or more, we used to see winning scores in stroke play tournaments, 72-hole events of 300 thereabouts. But obviously, like so many things in golf, everything has improved.
Yeah, people would scoff at sort of saying 475s would win a US Open or a British Open. It didn't, and it does. But, with equipment and people have really got into the game, they've worked it out. And they just plain got better at it. They realize that, stroke play, you can't just swing from the trees, so to speak. You've really got to work your way around and get better. You just can't sort of settle for mediocrity.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Frank, what are we looking at here with this approach shot to the fourth?
Well, just like a lot of holes at Whistling Straits, with the water on the left, if you're going to err anyway, you err on the high side.
This is the second shot at the par 4.
Well, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He is just so explosive. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Now 2 to the good side. This is the strength of his game. Ian Poulter, ready to go. Did the job right there. Now the 5th hole, and Frank, what a par 5.
Well, strategic par 5. It's almost the shape of an S. That's why it's called snake. The best and most conservative way to play this hole is just simply play it as a 3-shotter. Tee shot down the left, second shot up there, and then just take the wedge in. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through.